In this video, I'm going to photograph this amazing aquarium in Copenhagen, Denmark. And if you stick around, I'll show you how I process one of the images in Photoshop. Let's get started. Well, good morning. This morning I find myself in Copenhagen, Denmark, and I'm here on vacation with my family, all four of us, which is awesome. But I snuck out this morning early, pre-dawn, to photograph a really cool building. It's the Copenhagen Aquarium. I think it's called the Blue Planet. I'll turn my camera around, and it doesn't look blue right now, but I'll show you what I'm looking at. So it is before sunrise, and you could see it is lit up, but not in blue, but in red. So I'm actually just taking some shots. No one's around, and getting this beautiful, amazing structure bathed in red light. You can see these lights over here hitting the building. I'm hoping once it gets brighter out, they turn these lights off, and it's this really cool metallic building. But let me get some shots. Well, I snuck off some shots with the building lit up with red, and they literally just turned the lights off. So it's kind of interesting now. It might be harder to get a shot, a focus, but I'm going to see what I can get now with these lights. So the only distraction is these lights along the walkway are really bright. So I may have to do some work in post to get rid of them, or get in tighter. But the problem is it's an enormous building. I'm using my wide lens, but it's still going to be tricky. Well, they turned off these lights on the walkway, which is kind of cool. So it's pretty dark, but I mean, this camera's picking up some good light, but certainly enough light with a longish exposure to get some shots. What I'm doing, though, instead of being up on this area, which is a walkway, there's a bit of water over here. So I actually am sneaking past this gate. I'm going to sneak over here and walk along this grassy hill. And I got my camera set up over here. And I'm shooting from here with the water in the foreground. So it's actually a pretty clean shot. I wish it was not windy. It's very windy, and so I'm getting ripples in the water, but that's okay. So it looks like there's a nice sunrise over there. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try to position myself on that side so I get that sunrise in the background. We'll see how it looks. Well, I reposition myself. I love the view of the building from here. The issue is, I believe in this area here there's supposed to be water, and there's really not. I think it's been drained for some reason. I don't know if it's maintenance or the cold, but that's a little frustrating. It would be a spectacular shot with it. It's still not terrible. I mean, I really like this convergence of the buildings here and this nice angle going through. The sunrise, which a minute ago was actually pretty cool, there's not much going on now, but that's okay. Well, I walked further down this area, this grassy area, and I'm getting the shot from this angle. You see, I've got my camera perched up on the ledge here. I don't really want to climb up there. It's pretty narrow, it's wet. I do not want to end up in the water. So I'm really just walking along this wall and getting shots. But what I like about it is you get this kind of interesting leading line that goes around. I love the way the sun is hitting that, or really not the sun yet, but the light from the sky is hitting that part of the building as well. Again, I wish it was a wider lens, but I'll take this. This is pretty cool. I came in a little closer to the entrance of the building, and I really like, again, this convergence of the building, this wall, this side as well. Problem is, it's a little messy. I got these, containers here. I got the sign over there. So I think I'm going to clean all this up in post, but make it just a little neater. Those lights back there are a bit distracting too, that I might clean up as well. I got some color in the sky, not a ton, but a little bit. So I moved to a different location. I'm back a little bit and shooting from here, and I'm getting most of the building with my wide angle lens, not all of it, but I'm getting that sky as well. It's actually reflecting off the building a tad, which makes it interesting. But you can see my camera's down here on the tripod. And yeah, pretty good shot. I lowered my camera a little bit, because if I'm up too high, I see some of this ugliness on top of this wall here. So I'm just getting down a little lower just to reduce that distraction. All right, I gotta head back, join my family, get some breakfast. Hopefully you like this video, saw some cool shots. If you did, helps the channel just to give me a like, thumbs up, maybe a comment or two. If you're into Photoshop, stick around. I'm gonna show you how I process one of these images in Photoshop. And until next time, this was awesome. Okay, I am back in the States. Had a rough last couple days. On the way back from the States, I came down with the flu. So I've been in bed for a while, but finally getting around to editing images and putting together this video. It was a great vacation. I had some great photo shoots in Copenhagen and one amazing photo shoot in northern Norway, which I did not vlog, but it was the Northern Lights. I'll put up one photo now from actually several days of shooting up there. It was amazing, but I just couldn't vlog it. So here we are back on my computer. This is the aquarium in Copenhagen. I want to show you how I turned this image into this image in Photoshop. So I've already done some work in Lightroom, converted to black and white. I think I pulled up the shadows a little bit, maybe added a little bit of clarity, but didn't do too much. And this is actually really good. As typical with my architectural photography, I want the building to pop more. I want to create more drama in the image as well. So the first thing I typically do is work on the sky. And I want to darken it. So I'm going to go up, and I've already made a number of selections, by the way, mostly using the polygonal lasso tool. So I'm going to go up to select, load the selection, and I called it sky. And you'll see the marching ants around the sky. I'm going to darken the sky and add a little bit of a gradient to it. To do that, I'll use the exposure adjustment layer. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to pull down on the exposure. I don't want it to go fully black, but I want a little bit of dark gray in the sky, something like that. Already you can see how the building pops when you do that. But I do want to add a gradient to the sky to make it a little interesting. And the light was really coming from the right side over the right part of that building. And so I want to make that part of the sky a little brighter. To do that, I'm going to reselect the sky, and then I'm going to choose my gradient tool, And I use the kind of classic gradient tool. I want to make sure my foreground color is white. And I'm going to pull over from the left side. So what will happen is the left side will be darker, the right side will be brighter. I want to make it more gradual than that. So to do that, I'm actually going to make the image smaller by hitting Command minus. Now I can go over and go way beyond the image itself and create a much more gradual gradient. So, and I'll do it just to show you. So I can go way out here. You're gonna get this really soft, gradual gradient, which is what I'm looking for. Let me make it a little bit bigger now. I'm hitting Command plus on a Mac to do that. And that's pretty good. I'm gonna hit Command D to deselect. And you can see here's the before, here's the after. Obviously the whole thing is darker, but there is that gradient which makes it kind of interesting. Next thing I'm going to do is this big left panel, the big panel on the left side of the screen. It's curved, and I want to enhance that curvature a little bit. So I'm going to go and select it. I'll hit load selection. I will hit, what did I call it? Right top panel. No, it was left, wasn't it? Left face, I called it. Sorry. So there it is. You see the marching ants around there. And I'm going to do two things. First, I'll use the curves adjustment layer. I'm going to pull up, and that's going to make it the whole selection even brighter. But I really want just the middle part of this selection to be brighter to accentuate the curvature. So I'm going to end up reselecting it. I'm going to choose the gradient tool, but this time I'm going to choose the reflected gradient tool. And if I pull out from the middle, only the middle section will be brighter. I'll show you, it's an exaggerated view of it. But if I pull out from the middle, you get that middle section brighter, and that helps accentuate the curvature. To do it even more, if I choose a gradient, a curves adjustment layer again and pull down, I want to darken the outside of it. And so that's darkening the whole selection right now. But if I reselect, I'm going to choose my gradient tool. This time I want the foreground to be black because I don't want the middle to have the effect. If I pull out, you'll see the outside is darker and the middle part is not. So here's the before and after for the first one. And if I show you, that's a kind of a flat shot for this part of the building. If I show you both effects, you see the image. I'll hit Command D to deselect. Now on the right side, there's already this sort of natural gradient to it where the left side is darker than the right side. I'll accentuate it a little bit. And so I'll go load selection. Let's see, it's right lower panel, I called it. Yes. So again, I made the selection already. I want to brighten up the right side, darken the left side just a little bit. Curves adjustment layer. Let's pull up on the right. That will brighten the whole selection. I can reselect. I want to make sure my foreground color is white. I got my gradient tool selected. I'm going to go back to linear gradient. I had the reflected gradient chosen. I want the linear gradient chosen. So I'll pull over from the right, and you see that right side now is brighter. I could do the same thing as I did before. I could make the left side darker, but I'm going to leave it as it is for now. I think in my original edit I did do that, but deselect. So here's the before, here's the after. Not a big effect, but a little bit. So I did do some other things to the image. I won't show you all of it, but typically at the end of, when I'm done editing, at the end I'll add another curves adjustment layer and add some contrast to the whole image. Typically I'm working in black and white. Contrast can help. And adding contrast is making an S, pulling up on the right and down on the left, and you get that nice drama. Pretty cool shot. I mean, here was the final shot, but here was the before. you can get a sense of what I've done here. I hope you enjoy it. Again, each image is different, and I kind of play with these things to my liking. Hopefully you can do the same. But hopefully I'm giving you some tools that you can use in your own architectural shots to create drama, interest, and really a fine art feel. That's it for now. Until next time.